Hey guys, so welcome back to my channel. So I believe all of you must be wondering how I made Kek Batik without condensed milk. I believe some of you come from my Instagram, which is I've just recently posted Kek Batik without condensed milk. So I'm going to give you the answer today. I've posted the video just for all of you, and definitely I can tell you all the recipe is really turned very well, and I've given to so many people to try this cake, whether it is tastes good or not, or those people who never eat before the cake batik, and those people who have been eaten cake batik before. So I've given to two different kind of people, and I asked their opinion, and they said to me the cake batik really tastes very good. That's the reason I'm making this video to all of you. And I'm a person who grown up with cake batik. Definitely I love cake batik since my childhood time, and even I mentioned in my Instagram post that I've been eating cake batik or making cake batik since my 12 years old, which is my primary school time. Actually I started. Who taught me the recipe was my sister. We all know the recipe of cake batik, and my sister taught me. She was cooking in front of me and explaining every single technique in terms of how to bind the butter and also condensed milk together, because condensed milk is more towards like water based, and then butter is something like oil based. So how these two can be combined, because normally if we combine water and also oil, it will be separated, it won't be mixed together. So how to combine it well, every single thing my sister taught me during that time. So that's how I learned all these things. So it's involving a lot of chemistry and science. Definitely. Why I want to change condensed milk from cake batik, which is very basic ingredients in cake batik recipe, because cake batik in Malaysia is quite very famous. We love cake batik, and people are selling it, and wherever you go you can see cake batik, and people are selling to you also, like you are eating cake batik almost like in a year, maybe once at least. You definitely would have eat cake batik at least once in a year. If not, also if someone make cake batik or you make cake batik at your home, definitely you will eat a lot of pieces. So this is how I start to have thought when I was serving to others, and also I'm eating by myself. I start to develop some guilty conscious why I have to make cake batik with condensed milk, which is not really healthy, and what I can replace with. So for this question I got the answer. So let me directly go to the recipe. I just take out the condensed milk and add on certain things in this recipe, which is to improvise the nutrients absorption in the ingredients as well, because sometimes we always concern about the taste, we don't concern about the nutrient absorption. So that is the reason I was like started to think how I can enhance the nutrient absorptions, because certain ingredients can block some nutrients absorptions, and certain ingredient can enhance some of the nutrient absorptions. Before you're making this cake batik, most important is you must prepare all your ingredients ready first, because when we are cooking time, suddenly you miss out any recipe or any ingredients, you have to go get it and prepare it. So that is the reason I prepare all my ingredients first, especially my cookies or biscuit. Instead of using Mary biscuit, I've used digestive biscuit. Digestive biscuit is much more faster in absorbing all the sauces, so it make the cake batik more softer. Introduction itself was very long, so let's go inside the recipe. So what I did in the beginning is heat up the pan first and add on some butter. You can replace with butter or maybe any types of oil which is don't have a strong odor or strong fragrance, because when you have a strong fragrance, it will influence the taste of the cake as well. So that's why we normally use something like don't giving a very strong odor or fragrance. So let the butter to melting first. After the butter to melt, so after the butter melt, we're going to add on our water based ingredients, which is condensed milk. Normally we will add on, but here I didn't add on condensed milk, I add on oats milk. Okay, why I add on oats milk? Instead of add on almond milk, hazelnut milk, or even coconut milk, I've chosen this oats milk because oats milk naturally presence of some sliminess or a slimy kind of consistency. So that is the reason I choose oats milk, and this is not from the store. I made it by myself at home. So this oats milk is totally homemade oats milk. If you notice, while adding the milk, I keep stirring it because I want to make sure the oil and also the milk is combined well. So if you not stir well this two mixture, it will ended up like the oil will be separated and the milk will be separated alone. So the mixture or stirring is the most important here. After we done with this mixture, then we have to add on something sweet instead of sugar. So I've chosen date paste here. This one also is a homemade. I made it by myself. The recipe I will link down below at my description box. And after add on date paste, make sure you keep stirring it and let the date paste to be mixed well. Then this is another secret ingredients, which is coffee mixture and also cacao powder. I add on mix together with hot water. I add on hot water because I want to make sure there is no lumps present. That's the reason I mixed it separately, then add on together with this mixture and keep stirring it. The coffee is just an option because if I add on coffee in cocoa or cacao, it will enhance the taste. And this coffee contain caffeine. It can block the calcium or iron absorptions, and date paste contain iron and also calcium to enhance the absorption of iron in the body. So I've added on cinnamon powder here. Cinnamon contain vitamin C. Vitamin C will enhance iron absorption inside your body. So the technique is keep on stirring and stirring. Every time you add on any ingredients, just keep on stirring it and make sure it's mixed well. The most important here is keep stirring it. Stirring is the technique here. If you continuously stirring it, you will start to realize that all the ingredients are mixed well, and that is the most important here. And also the most important thing is make sure your flame or heat is in the lowest temperature. And this is an option. If you want to add on any chocolate chips or anything, you can add on. Now I'm adding on extra dark chocolate chips. Why we add on the chocolate chips at the end of the cooking? Because we don't want our chocolate chips to be burned. So that is the reason we add on at the end, and chocolate chips is very fast in melting. So now the chocolate chips is fully melted and combined well in our sauce, and you can see it become very thick. So it's really thick and it's ready to take it out, or you can do add on any other additional ingredients. And here I'm taking out a little bit of the sauce. I'm going to keep aside. I'm going to use it later as a topping. So I reserve the additional sauce, just a little bit enough. And now I'm adding on my digestive biscuits inside and just stir it and let all the digestive biscuit is coated by the sauce. And behind the screen or behind the camera, I've added on some leftover of my previous recipe, which is I got additionally blended my digestive biscuit, which is become a powder form. So I have additionally extra, so I just add on here behind the camera. So that is the reason it looks more like a soft kind of consistency. Now I will be transferring to the tray with the parchment paper. Parchment paper is just optional. If you don't want to use parchment paper, you just can grease your pan or tray, then you just add on your mixture inside. But here why I'm using parchment paper, because my previous experience, every time I cut my cake batik will have some scratches made by my knife. So that is the reason I want to prevent the scratches. I use some parchment paper, so easy to remove it. And after you put inside the tray, make sure you compress all the biscuits at the bottom of the tray so that it will be just evenly spread it inside the tray. And lastly, do you remember I reserved the extra sauce just now? So that is the sauce I'm adding on top of this Kek Batik, and I'm going to spread it all over on top surface. And this will be my topping. I no need to do any additional toppings. So after add on the toppings, I'm going to let it to rest first until it warm or maybe cool down. After it's cooled down, I'm going to put it inside the refrigerator for 24 hours or overnight. Here I did another experiment, which is I store it for 48 hours. I leave it rest inside the refrigerator for 48 hours. Then after 48 hours, I remove it from the refrigerator, I cut it and I taste it. The taste really very soft and really tastes like Kek Batik. Definitely, we used to do Kek Batik by using Mary biscuit, but here I changed Mary biscuit to Digestive Biscuit because I want to make sure all the sauce been absorbed inside my Digestive Biscuit. Because of I've used Digestive Biscuit, my cake is totally soft as cake, like a sponge cake. Whenever I take a bite, it's really very soft. I hope you guys will enjoy making this recipe. If you guys make this recipe at home, please share to me or comment to me below or tag me in my Instagram. So see you guys in my next video. Bye bye from Lava.